Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at Rogue Waters, the tactical turn-based combat game from Ice Code Games. And thanks to them for providing the key for this, for us to create this video. Now this is a rogue game, so we're going to go on a whole raid in this video and we're going to lose. But we're going to talk about why we're doing this and what the overall point of the game is. We'll dig in and explain everything. The goal is at the end of this video, you'll have an idea whether this game might be something for you, because we're going to look at all the systems that go into the game. I'm going to fade away now, and then we'll start in our playthrough here. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We've got an underwater base, and we can see a ship over here and a couple of buildings. Let's clear things up. This is shortly after the first tutorial. This is the base from which we're going to launch all our raids. But the main storyline here is a story of revenge. Captain Cutter here, if we click on his details, Captain Cutter was betrayed by his old captain, Captain Blackbone, and he's out to get revenge. Now, he is immortal. He can't die, so at the end of every failed raid, he's going to come back. But our goal on these raids is to gain experience, and up here in the top right we can see blueprints, and we're going to gain glass. So everything that we earn on a raid, at the end of the raid after we lose, is going to be converted into blueprints, experience, and glass, which is going to allow us to buy ship upgrades, to hire more crew, to hire crew upgrades, and this is what we're going to do with all these buildings. So as we go in here, what we're going to start out now, at the end of the tutorial, we've got 293 glass, which is kind of like our currency. One of the things we can do with glass is we can hire crew members, so we have to pick one of these 3 crew members. I think we're going to go, we can see the details here, we're going to go with 2-barrel Jim. He is a cook, which gives him kind of like a heavy basher, which is pretty helpful. And he also got this Reaver ability here, which is deals damage and heals himself. And I kind of like that we're going to be able to get some damage back here. So let's try a 2-barrel Jim. He's going to cost us 250 glass, and he is now part of our crew. We go back to our quarters. We can see 2-barrel Jim is here, and we are going to pull him up here onto our active crew. We can see the box down below is resting. So basically we're trying to get crew for this next mission. And this is the first one after the tutorial, so we could have 4, and eventually you can see these unlocks here. As you gain more experience and you get more upgrades to your ships and stuff, you're going to be unlocking these. So you can have 8 elite crew members with you and you go on the missions. But for now, we've got 3, so let's jump back in. And that's pretty much it. We don't have any blueprints and we don't have any glass. We can take a look at our ship down here. It's got 2 command points, 0 starting gold, and we've got some really wimpy starting cannons. So that's all we've got for the moment. But let's go out on a raid and let's talk a little bit about how gameplay works. What we've got. So I'm going to press F. Now, normally you're going to have 3 options. You can pick the story option or a couple of other missions on the side that are easier. The story mission in the middle, if you complete that one successfully, it advances the story and it goes on. But these are hard and you're probably going to die a few times before you get through them. But let's try it here. We're going to set sail. And I've done this one before a few times, so I know we're going to die here. But it will show us all the gameplay mechanics here. All right, so welcome to the new world, and we can see a couple things. We've got our story elements on the left side, and this is explaining how glass works. But basically, glass is the stuff that we want to try to earn on our mission, kind of the currency that we're going to be able to keep. On the right-hand side, we can see kind of our raid map. We're going to have 6 places that we're going to go to. Oftentimes, these raids will have options. They're going to have 3 places, or 2 or 3 places you can pick from instead of just going down a straight line. But this one is the first one, so it's just going to send us down a straight line. All right, so we can see this glass island out on the way here, and this is explaining what glass is, but we know that, and we're going to kind of just go through this story here a little bit. Now we have a choice here, right? So it's giving us, your crew has just finished installing a shiny new cannon, and here's your chance to test it out. We can adjust the attunement. So a lot of these are kind of some story elements that come up, and you can pick what you want. Now, we could have a heavy cannon here, but or a cannon breaker. Let's take the cannon breaker. I'm going to take this one here because it fires, if we look down at the bottom middle of the page, it fires on turn 1, 2, and 3 of the ship combat. And we'll talk more about what that means as we get into it. So let's take that, we'll tune it to be a cannon breaker. Now we can see kind of our mission map here. We can see our choice up ahead. Our target up ahead is this weakened barge. And if we win this combat, we're going to get a reinforced glass handgun for the remainder of this mission. Because keep in mind that all of the stuff we get here is going to be gone at the end of the mission. It's going to be converted into experience, glass, and blueprints. But yeah, let's go forward here, and we're going to engage in our first combat. And we'll talk a little bit about how combat works as this sets up. There's basically 2 stages to it. The first stage is this ship-to-ship combat round that lasts, we can see in the bottom left, it lasts 3 turns, turns 1, 2, and 3. Now, what this is doing is you're trying to protect your own ship's assets here, and you're trying to inflict as much damage on the enemy ship beforehand, because a lot of the elements of this combat carry over to the ship-to-ship combat round. So we're basically trying to take this ship, we're raiding the ship, we're going to try to damage it, and then we're going to have to board it, and we're going to have to fight the crew members that are left on there. We can see up the top here, there's actually 5 of these bootlickers up top. So this is the type of enemy that's on board, and the game has a lot of different types of enemies with different abilities and skills. But one of the things that we might be able to do is if we can do enough damage in this ship-to-ship combat round, we might be able to reduce the number of enemies that we have to fight on the deck. But right now we can see the enemy ship at the top of the screen has 3 cannons. They're going to open up down here on our light cannon number 2 unless we do something about it. We have our 2 cannons here, and then we have a fortified quarterdeck, which gives a special ability, 2 hit points max to Captain Cutter. So this is a crew benefit that we're getting. And then behind this, you can see all our crew members. They could suffer damage as well. But first up, let's see if we can solve this immediate problem. Both of these red lines here indicate, these light red lines indicate where the enemy's going to fire in their round. So if we can take out one of these cannons here, and this does 1 to 3 damage. Let's try this one here. Let's fire and see if we can take one of these cannons out. We did. Excellent. Now the second cannon, we can see in the middle left there, it does damage 1 to 2. And we can see that their cannon here has, on the hearts in the top right, has 2 damage points. So there's a 50% chance we're going to be able to damage and knock this cannon out here. Let's see if we can get it. Maybe we'll get lucky. Fire. We didn't get it. So it's going to fire at us. It's going to put 1 hit point on our cannon. We can see now in this next round, both cannons are going to try to hit our light cannon. That's where the red lines are going. But let's see if we can take this one out for sure. Excellent. So that one's out. Now we're going to fire our light cannon number 2. See if we can take out their cannon. Did we get lucky? Yes, we did. Excellent. Now watch. We're at round 3, right? And we've destroyed all their cannons. So instead of going for their cannons to protect our stuff, we don't really have to worry about that now. Now we can fire at their bootlickers up here, which is going to start to hit the crew before we have to go. We get 2 shots. Let's see if we can get some damage on him. We got 1 damage. Let's get our second shot. If we get lucky, we should get him down to 4. We didn't. We only got 2 hits on them, so they still have 5 crew members left. Had we been lucky, we would have eliminated one of their crew members before we got there. All right. But now it's given us a little bit of a story element here, and we're going to jump into the combat. And basically, at the beginning now, this is tactical combat, ship-to-ship combat. We can rotate around. We can zoom in and see what's going on. This yellow spot here is where we can put our characters, and you can have 5 starting characters. Now, the combat's got a lot of subtlety to it. You can see this rope over here that's kind of hanging over this bootlicker's head right there behind him, from hiding those white kind of spots there. You can grab those and swing around. You can push people overboard. If you get people stacked up 2 in a row and push them back, you cause extra damage. And that's actually, I think, what we'll try to do here at first. Let's put Captain Cutter here, and he's going to step forward and hit those and push those guys back. Now, 2-Barrel Jim is the guy that does a lot of extra damage. We'll set him up here. And then we just have 2 generic crew members because we're really a newbie ship here. And that looks pretty good, so we're going to hold down the fight button. And again, these first few missions are pretty, the standard combat's pretty easy here, but let's send 2-Barrel Jim up. He's going to go first. We're going to have him move forward 1, and we're going to bring out his chop cleaver, and that should really do a lot of damage there to him. Nice, 2 damage to him. Now let's have Captain Cutter, our hero, come up here, and he's going to go right down this angle here and see if we can push these guys back. Bang. Captain Cutter takes him out, pushes him back into the other guy, and you'll notice that the guy behind him there suffered a damage point hit as well. Now, let's see what else we can do. These crew members move 2. We're going to send this guy over here, because when he attacks him, he's going to push him back into this little cage here, and that should cause an extra hit point of damage on him, which will knock him down and kill him as well. Our last matey here is just going to run up here and try to stay out of the way so we don't get hit and push back in 2 directions as well. Oh, I probably could have gone over here. 1, 2. Nope, I don't think I could have made it. Okay, so with that, he can't hit anybody, but you'll notice option number 3 at the bottom of the screen says prepare. So we'll click on that, and that allows him to add like 1 shield point, so he negates the first point of damage should he get hit. Now we're getting a little indicator here. Hold for end turn. We'll do that. Here comes the enemies. Wounded our guy, and they wounded Captain Cutter. Gets closer. No worries. Okay, so this guy came over here. Let's send him forward. Should be able to push back into these guys and knock them out pretty easily. 1, 2, extra damage. Excellent. Let's send our other mate over here. He's gonna... he's gonna use a sword. Whack him, and he's down. All right, and then lastly, I think we might be able to, if we go here with Captain Cutter, we might be able to push this guy overboard. So he's gonna hit extra damage, and he's going back into the water. All gone. Pretty easy one. Glass traders.
Not exactly friendly to us pirate scum.
All
I'll
right.
explain later.
And again, this is the first mission after the basic tutorial, so it's kind of filling you in on some of the game elements here. But you can see our crew status is okay. Everybody's healed back up. Our ship made it through, our cannons and everything. Some of the damage, if they're not knocked out completely, they get recovered between raid portions. But we got this reinforced glass handgun, and then we got 150 gold, and all of these things, again, will be converted into glass and blueprints at the end of this mission. That takes care of the first stage. Now we can give this reinforced glass handgun, let's give it over here to 2-barrel Jim. That seems pretty good. And over here, the ship, oh, we got another cannon too. Cannon breaker 1. Let's see if we want to, this is 1 to 3 damage. Yeah, this is better than this one here. So we'll put it, light cannon 1. We'll put it here. That looks good. It only costs 1 to fire. It's operational. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And then glossary is filled in. We're starting to learn all of the items in the game, and you can see there is quite an extensive array of modules, cannons, and items that you can discover and uncover in the game. All right, so let's close out of that. And that clears, if we look on the right-hand side, we can see we've cleared our first one. Now we've got another encounter up here, a weakened barge. And we could get a plunder chest. That would be the prize that we get for this one. And again, usually we would see 3 ships on the horizon here that we could pick from. But right now, there's only 1.
With a hold full of delights, no doubt. We'll soon
And so this will set up the next combat here. And now that we've seen combat, actually, let's see if we can see this enemy ship here. This is kind of interesting. It's got fortified cabins. And the benefit it's providing the ship is its own crew has an extra hit point. So if we could destroy this, the enemy crew would have 1 less hit point when we go into battle. And let's just fight through this one more time, because this will kind of give us an idea on how this works. Now we can see these 2 cannons, the red lines are indicating these 2 cannons are going to fire. So we definitely want to see if we can take some of these out before they fire on us. Let's go here. Fire on that one. Nice! We got 1 to 2 damage, 1 to 3 damage. These are stronger cannons. There's a better chance to get this one too. Yes! Nice. So we knocked out the 2 that were going to fire, so they didn't fire on us. This cannon is now going to fire. Let's do... yeah, this will work. Get really lucky here. We could have... nice. We knocked out all their cannons. We still have 1 shot. Let's take out this fortified cabins here. Nice. Wiped it out with 1 shot. Our cannons are on fire here. So that means effectively for the tactical combat coming up, they'll all have 1 less hit points. They would have had 1 more. And we still can fire our other cannon here in round 3. We have to get really lucky to reduce the number of enemies to 4. Let's see if we do. Nah, we just hit 1. So, all right. So now we go back into the next tactical combat round.
Feeling like myself again.
Me? Right.
You can see here, we're going to guide through some of the dialogue. Actually, I think, yeah, okay. So on that last bootlicker here, we can see way in the back, this guy up here, he starts with 2 hit points. So we did get, because we hit that element there, we hit the crew, one of the crew members starts with 1 hit point gone. So apparently it's not an all or nothing type of thing, although there are 5 crew members for us to beat. Now, we've seen to a certain degree how combat works, so I'm going to fight through this one until we get to the end, and then we'll move on with the mission a little bit more. One quick situation that's arisen in this battle in the first turn is we moved up here underneath this rope that we can see right over Captain Cutter's head, and the R down here means we can click on the rope now and we can kind of swing over and pick one of these other guys to hit. Let's go, yeah, we'll go right here. Just go 1 space, and this should allow us to push this guy right off the side of the ship. Bang, see you, 3 hits, and he's gone. All right, so we use the ropes to our advantage. I didn't put 2-barrel Jim here in such a good position, so he's going to have to run around that. But anyway, I wanted to show the rope feature. So we made quick work of these enemies. Captain Cutter's going to cut them back, push them off the edge, and we've picked up another victory here. I'm going to jump over here and let's take a look at the the ship upgrade portion here, because it gives a very important message here. So we've got this plunder chest doesn't allow us to do anything, but we could switch out. Oh, we actually had that light cannon from before. Crew, yeah, nothing there. We're good. This is all the same stuff that we had before. But notice here that it says all cannons and modules will be lost and converted into blueprints after finishing a raid. Likewise here, all items will be lost and converted into glass after finishing a raid. So this gun is gone, but it's converted into glass, and the glass gives us more things that we can, gives us more power and more experience in between here. Now we've got up here a mysterious shipwreck. There's a fair amount of story elements and different mini adventures on these raids, but this is going to give us a choice here. So the rough little story element here is that we found a ship that crashed into the glass, and it's kind of, we can go in and try to find some salvage. We could spend 100 gold to get a pennant of speed, which would give our mates in combat +1 movement. So our non-unique characters would get +1 movement for the rest of this combat. Or we can gain a sturdy deck, which is going to give our own crew +1 movement. I think we would just want this, right? Because it's going to give all of our crew? Oh, maybe that's our own crew is our special characters here. Let's get the lesser of them because it's going to cost less gold, and so that'll be fine. All right, so there we go. We have got from this a new item that we can upgrade as well with our ship here. Yeah, so this is a pennant of speed, mates +1 movement. Down here, mates +1 hit point max. So which do we want of these two? You know, actually, I think we're not going to use that. We're just going to leave the one that was there. Anyway, it was fun to get. Now we've got another ship here. We can see we've got 3 elements left before we reach our final encounter here. Another weakened barge. This is a glass chest. It's going to have a glass chest for plunder. Let's come in here and get this new combat going. And this is, these go fast. Like each one takes just a few minutes. So you're playing through a raid in maybe a half an hour, even as they get more complicated. So it's pretty quick playing here as you're going through these. I'm going to play through this. We've seen a fair amount of these now, so rough idea. I'm probably going to try to take out these cannons before they can do damage to us. If we can, we've got a bomber is a new crew member, a new enemy. We'll see them in action, so they're going to throw bombs at us. We can throw them back, but you don't definitely want to bunch up here and get one of those bombs in the middle of you. They're going to aim for our pennant of toughness. Interesting. So definitely want to see if we can take this out. Get it? Nice. Cannons have been really on fire here. Let's take out this other cannon. Ah, failed. All right. Anyway, I'll play through this and then we'll jump into the combat. So new combat. We can see the guys in the back are holding bombs up here. They're ready to chuck them at us. It would be nice, I think, if we can, to use some of these ropes to swing by and cut them down before they can throw bombs around. Those guys make me nervous. So I think one of our goals here is going to have Captain Cutter start here. See if you can cut behind these guys, grab a rope, come up over here and push this guy off into the water. That's going to be step 1. And then step 2, let's have 2-barrel Jim stand over here and just club this guy. Step 3, we'll let these 2 guys come in and see if we can finish this guy off. That will take 2 enemies out in the first turn here. That should work. That's pretty good. I think, too, you could take some longer time here and really think through these for tough battles, like the positioning of your troops and their abilities. You've got some special abilities. Like we have 2-barrel Jim here could use his reinforced glass handgun. Applies -1 arrow. I don't feel like that's such a big deal in this one here. But anyway, let's go forward. We are going to... Jim. Oh, it's only a motion of 1. That's okay. No worries. We're going to have... that did not work the way I wanted it to. Well, no good plan survives contact with the enemy. Let's have him come up here, push him back for 2 damage. Let's have this mate come up here, finish him off. There's a guy behind him too, so we should do extra damage here by pushing them back along the diagonal line. Nice. Good. Success. Unfortunately, now he's standing right on the rope. Oh, nice. Okay. So there's a mechanic in the game we didn't really talk about, but it's called fear. If you do enough excess damage, the enemy crew capitulates. They're just like, we've had it, we're done, we surrender. And that's what just happened here. They had enough. We just went way over their maximum. Oh, this is ship status, right? We're still good with all our stuff. We've got a glass chest, so we'll get that at the end, and then 200 gold. Nice. So again, this glass chest doesn't provide any function, but it's worth a lot of glass after the raid. Glossary, unlock that one. Cannons, you can see we're in the very beginnings here. Shipwrecker, we must have faced that there. Modules, Pennant of Speed. All right, so new things discovered. Now, we've only got 2 stages left. We've got this port, and this port, if we go here, it's going to allow us to kind of repair things, buy things, some things that we might want to get for this final battle. But at this stage in the game, this is our first time to come to this kind of final battle. We're going to lose here. Nothing is destroyed. That's pretty good. We could buy some cannons. What have we got for items here? Leather belt. I'll take a quick look at these and see what we want to spend our gold on here. So this is interesting. There's an epic heavy cannon available for 400 gold. It does 6 of 6 damage there, and it's got 9 hit points. Fires in the 2nd or 3rd round. Let's try that one, because I think we have no gold left, so we're good with there. We're going to put this on here. Let's take off this Cannon Breaker 1, which is probably our weakest cannon. And let's put in here... Oh, can we add more? Oh yeah, we can add 3. We can add 4? Oh, nice. Excellent. Oh, we can add more. We can add the Pennant of Speed too. That wasn't locked. What a dummy I am. Sorry about that. And we can't do anything with that. We've got a pretty good arsenal now of cannons. It's actually... I wonder if this is going to make a difference if it's in the back. Can we switch them? No, I guess it's good. All right. So now we're ready to go into the last battle here. Sail away. We've spent all our gold for upgrades. I'm going to continue on. And now we're going to go against the battle against Blackbeard. That's how this first post-tutorial mission ends. And we're going to get our butts kicked here, but that happens. So let's sail off to the Blackbone's fortress here. Speed up a little bit. And here we go.
Oh, fishy, fishy, fishy! Oh, it was a lovely, monstrous fish.
Now, to provide a little bit of detail here, this little voice-in head that we're seeing in the bottom left-hand corner, the very first tutorial, Blackbone's been off looking for this, like, gem, and it's in a monster, and it ends up in your eye. That's why you've got this blue eye thing. And Blackbone really wanted it. You fell off into the water, he thought you're dead, and you wake up 14 years later, now you're trying to get revenge on Blackbone. So this is our first meeting in 14 years with Blackbone, and this voice inside our head starts going again. We start to get sea monsters in here. There is a Kraken available. Gain 3 Abyssal Ether. Captain Cutter gains 1 wound. Random cannon or module gains 2 fractures. Yeah, let's give Captain Cutter a wound, and we're going to unlock the Kraken here. The Kraken, there's sea monsters in this game too that you can unlock and get to fight for you that go through, and they can kind of mush a whole line of enemies, as we shall see here. Now, this is an epic battle here. We got a lot of things firing. I am just going to fire if we can. I would like just to fire at Blackbone to see if we can put as much damage on him as possible here. But I don't know if we can we shoot that far? No, we can't. Apparently we have to get these cannons first. Let's get the ones that are firing us first. Nice, we got 1. We only have 2 command points though, so fire this one here. That one looks pretty good. Alright. Now you can, so we can only do 2 shots here. We can see command points down at the bottom, which is 2. You can upgrade your ship with the experience and the blueprints and the stuff you're going to get. Eventually you can get to like 5 command points. So again, gradually you're going to be building up your ship as you go through these missions and fail. Now, this one here is 2 command points. Can we fire at Blackbone? We can't. We could fire at his flintlock guys. Let's see what these other features are here. Crew is immune to engaged. Now, let's take that out. Just get rid of it. Nice. Excellent. All right.
We're hit hard.
That's okay. They're blowing our ship over. This is the last one. It doesn't really matter. We have 2 more command points. Yeah, we could take out one of those flintlocks. I wonder, I don't know if the damage carries over. So if we get 3, does it carry over to the next guy? Let's try it. Those flintlocks are kind of a pain in the butt here. Ah, I just killed one of them. That's okay. That's not bad. Wow, they're pouring on the fire here, hurting our own crew members. All right. We're going to lose this battle anyway. There's no hope here. This is the very first mission. The point is to teach you that you die.
What sorcery, Pete?
You did your best to kill me.
So this is a meeting again of Blackbone and Cutter. You can see there's his blue smoking eye, that's the gem in there.
Loyalty, is it?
I see you still have the eye you stole from me.
Yeah, he
I
says
tried to save you, lad, but you refused to be saved.
this is total lie, by the way.
Enough talk. Chop his bleeding head off.
Yeah, the gem wants you to kill him. That's driving you for revenge
I've
here.
warned you these years gone by, boy.
Forgive how you turned your...
You were my
It's,
boy.
This is basically some banter back and forth. We'll go through this. This is going to be a battle we will lose, but let's see how much damage we can do. We did kill, we can see this, the little flintlock guy that we took out immediately because we had that special firing cannon there. That was actually somewhat helpful here. Okay, so we literally have no choice, no chance here, but let's see how many we can kill. And ideally, I'd like to kill everybody except Blackbone. I don't know if that's going to give us more experience or not, but let me get that flintlock guy too. That would be helpful. I'll set these up and be right back. Ideally, what I'd like to do, this flintlock can't fire very well behind obstacles, so the guy in the back up here that I'm highlighting, ideally I'd like to slide over here and make the flintlock guy not be able to shoot that well and bring these guys into the edge. That might be what we could do here. So let's actually try that here.
All right.
Bring two-barrel Jim over here. Cut this guy.
It's just
Did a couple damage. Then this mate can come over here. I think he might... Can you finish him off?
Give him a taste of
Nice.
pirate steel.
Off the edge he goes. One down. A lot to go. And we can see Blackbone's hit points. He's got 13 hit points. It's pretty grim chance for us to win here. But, okay. Let's see if we can finish this other guy off. We'll do the same thing. Captain Cutter comes here. We do have our special Kraken ability here. The Kraken Tentacle Slam. You want to see that. If we get them all in the right position, we might be able to do something here.
Right away,
1, 2.
sir.
Let's see if we can finish this guy off.
Where did
All right,
we
2
go
down.
wrong?
4 to go. And that's the end of our turn. If they line up nicely, we might be able to do some pretty good damage with the Kraken. Oh, he fired at us.
That don't look like much.
Oh, man. We're almost dead, though.
Never yield.
So, I was hoping they might line up in a nice row for us. We probably should have sucked them all over to one edge. But to show how this Kraken Slam works, let's do it right here. We can only get 2 of them here. We'll start there and go out this way. Kraken Slam! Bam! Nice! That's always fun. We did almost finish this guy off. Now, one of the other things you can do with the glass and stuff that you earn on missions is you can upgrade your sea monsters to make them more powerful and do more damage. And I think probably fire more often and stuff too. We've only got one guy here. That's pretty good. Let's send our mate forward
What I
here.
signed up for, is it?
Right here. And he's going to slash forward and take this guy out. Excellent. Then we'll have two-barrel Jim, who, remember, doesn't charge, so we can stay behind that pole there. He will cut right on this guy. Blackbone. How many hit points we got on him? We got him down to 9. That's not bad. Let's send the second mate over here. And he's going to cut this way. Excellent. Oops, that's not what I wanted. But anyway, we got to come out from behind the wall here with Captain Cutter anyway. And it looks like he's going to be safe for a turn. He'll go 1, 2... And then he's going to cut here. I didn't even kill him. That's bad. Okay. End of our turn here. Blackbone. Oh, he killed us.
Look into their
Is that
eyes.
going to end it?
They know they're outmatched.
Did we die? Yeah, we died. Oh, the... Okay, yeah, we do have one more crew member we can bring in. I guess the battle goes on when we die here, too. The guy comes in. And we'll go... Actually, we'll go... I'd like to kill this guy, at least. So he'll go here.
Just winging it again,
And
sir.
then kill him and push him back into Blackbone. Hurting Blackbone. Excellent. Blackbone's got still 9 hit points. Is he healing one? Oh, yeah, look at that. Bottom left. He's got regeneration, so he heals at 1 hit point per turn. It's not very good at all.
way, are you daft?
On two-barrel. Two-barrel is kind of a beast. Nice. Got him down to 8. And this mate... Pushed him back. Got him down to still 8. That's not very good. And that's the end of our turn. This should pretty much finish us off. Blackbone fired. It's into that crew. He's running away, though. Lining up a shot here. We could conceivably... And we're actually not doing all that badly here.
So, that's how it be.
It's still down to 8 though, because he keeps regenerating. We just can't kill him.
Poke in the hand.
What's he at now? 7. Nice. But we're gonna get blasted by the flintlock. Alright. Ouch. That's the end of that. Two-barrel Jim, it's all up to you.
Look at these Clara plain rats.
What a stench! You better keep your distance. My spirit soars.
Oops, yeah. Probably should have moved him. Wasn't the best place to be standing. Think. We could have lasted another turn. But anyway, we got here. So here we defeated. We lose all our stuff and things like that. We did get 810 experience, which is good. And we are the difficulty level, the normal difficulty level that I selected gives us a 10% bonus. We can see our crew status. Cutter here automatically regenerates and heals. The cook here is still carries over 1 hit point left over from the mission. So you can heal at a rate of 1 hit point in between missions, at least in the beginning. So we'll probably have to sit him out in order for him to heal, or we could have him fight with 4 hit points. But let's get back in here. We got, also we can see all these modules that we got. Oh, this was nice. This heavy epic cannon. We ended up with 550 blueprints here and 330 glass. So altogether, not that bad. Now we can see he's waking up. We've lost, and they're telling us, okay, we've got, the kill me sheer agony, woken up. You can die and wake up again. So it's kind of filling us in on how the game works. But this is Shiv. This is the goddess that is helping us to get Blackbone revenge here. So now we're back in here, and we can see in the workshop we've unlocked this Kraken 1 here, which is 2 we would need to get, but we've got this one here. Actually, yeah, we've unlocked that one, so we've got it. Then crew we could buy if we wanted. Sick bay. Increase wounds healed for characters left in the quarters by 1. That would cost us 250 gold. But what I want to do here actually is go into the tavern, because I think what we would do for the next one, we would have Jim sit out so he heals his 1 wound, and would bring a different crew member. We'd look through one of these 3 and pick them to pick a new crew member, because they're going to cost 250 glass. That would burn down our glass there. For blueprints, if we go into the workshop here, the ship upgrade elements, so starting cannon capacity, increase starting cannon capacity by 1. That would cost us 500. Command points 3, 500. That's the one I think I would want to get with our 550 blue points, because that means instead of firing 2 command points each ship round, we would be firing 3, which would give us an extra round with those 1 command point cannons. Or we could get starting gold. We'd start each mission with 25 gold. But you get the idea. There's also some equipment in here. This is pretty tempting. Rum supply. Crew heals 1 at the start of its turn. That was kind of like what Blackbone had. That is actually a pretty good one. I'm tempted by that one. It's only 250 blueprint points there too. But to the point, you get an idea how it works. And the idea is basically lather, rinse, repeat. They add in more enemies and different types of stuff to keep it fresh. My understanding is the entire how long to beat time is about 10 to 20 hours to play through the game. If you've enjoyed this video, you might enjoy some of our videos with Crusader Kings 3. Put a link to a video where we try to walk across entire Europe and become a king in Iberia. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.